Hello, Lori Stevens, an 8 to Great certified coach from Life Skills Prep Camp and Powerful Education Solutions. This Wednesday Wisdom is about behavior. Now, I left Monday Minute in a way that some people probably didn't care for. And what I said was that if you don't like your child's behavior, you might want to look in the mirror. Now, I don't look at parents and say, if a child is having behaviors, I don't look at the parent and say, you're a bad parent, you're not parenting. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean at all. What I really mean by this is sometimes we react to things or we have behaviors in situations in response to something that our children witness. They see how we do it. So if we spill milk, what's our response? Big rah and yelling and maybe swearing. Well, it was a mistake. And it is a natural response a lot of times for us to do that. It spilled, it made a big mess. But if we do it in anger and it's a really big response, what is our child learning? What are they seeing us do in managing a situation that's not preferable? Well, they're seeing that we're not in control, that we are now very upset, and that it derails us for a period of time. And would all of those things probably be true if we spilt milk anyway? Yes. Would we be upset? Probably. But in the big scheme of things, do we really need to be that upset about spilt milk? This came to me because I was with somebody who had a grandchild, and whenever the grandchild would come over, we would spend a majority of our time correcting behavior. And after the child would leave, I got to reflecting a couple of times that the things that we were correcting the child for, such as interrupting other people's conversations, standing in the middle of the way to watch TV, leaving a door open, sitting somewhere that maybe our bums aren't supposed to be, like on a coffee table instead of on a chair. Those are the kinds of things we would correct. And after the child would leave, I would witness the other adult in the house doing the things that we had corrected. And then the next time the child came, I noticed it was actually happening while they were there. So no wonder we weren't getting success with correcting the behavior, because if they're seeing the behavior exhibited from the adults that they trust, why wouldn't they do that behavior? So think about how you respond to things in life. If you get really upset, if it's a big reaction, if it's you don't handle it well, what are you showing your child? Now, let's talk a little bit more about that, because if you used to be like that and you're not anymore, but you see your child behaving like that, this is likely why. When a child is born, they're a blank slate, right? They've got their DNA, but that gets activated as it goes in terms of behaviors, right? So, but what happens is, as things start to happen around them, they take in what they see and they build a belief system around it. So let's take, for instance, baby is a newborn, they're hungry, they're laying in the cradle and they start crying because they feel this sensation, they don't know what it is, and they don't know what to do, so they cry. What usually happens? Mom or dad come, they check the diaper. Oh, the diaper's wet. Okay, let's change the diaper. Oh, still crying. That feeling's still there. Okay. Oh, let's feed him. Oh, now it's better. So the story that the child doesn't even realize they're building, the belief system is, if I have this feeling in my stomach and then I cry, somebody comes and takes care of me. Now, let's say it's always mom that comes and takes care of, and now mom's not there. Well, I'm crying and mom's not coming. Well, does dad come? Oh, if dad does come, now we learn someone comes. And maybe we have to cry a little bit harder or a little bit louder, but someone comes. But if no one comes, eventually baby learns crying does not equal help. See what I'm saying? So they build these belief systems around what they see, and this happens all the time. And the problem is, we don't know what stories they're building. They see things, we don't know what they believe, and yet it's really causing belief systems that from birth to 7 we're building, and from 7 to death we're trying to undo, because we don't understand where they came from. And it could be as simple as the story I shared before about communication, where the mom had a really bad day and the daughter was singing and jumping around. And eventually mom yelled at the daughter, "Would you shut up? Would you just shut up? You have an ugly voice." And that created a complex because the story the daughter took on was, "I have an ugly voice," and she believed it. She believed everyone would believe that. So again, if your child is having behaviors that you recognize but you don't like, you may know that it's something that you used to do, and you know what it took for you to stop doing it. So how do you help your child with that? If you'd like to talk more about this stuff, if you'd really like to understand more about the building the belief systems, the stories that kids tell themselves, how to work all that out or work on that stuff, I'd be happy to have a conversation. Now, I may not be the professional that works with you long term because some of that might be some psychology stuff, and that's fine, but I can at least talk to you about it if you're interested. I hope you have a fabulous week. I hope this makes a difference in your world. Drop a comment below, share with a friend if you'd like. Go to lauriestevensllc.com and subscribe, and you'll get these things when I get them up on the website as well. Thanks. Have a great day.